somewhat unlike his normal.
That one of the meetings.
And here he is, the star of our show, direct from the bar.
I have been preparing for this
15
day.
seconds and counting.
Come.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Hello, welcome to Isle Hanu. I'm your host, Casual Thurston. Tonight we're going to be opening up some magic cards. I've had a few packs here that I want to get opened, find out what type of goodies are inside. And we also have a Doctor Who Commander deck. I got the 12th and 13th Doctor deck. Paradox Power. You know, that's we could talk about the grandfather paradox if you like, but time travel is garbage and it doesn't exist. But in fantasy stuff, it's at least fun to think about and good for content, right? So yeah, I hope everyone's Saturday is going well. I had a fun day with Lovey off the island. We went on the mainland and represented and helped out all the little doggies get a little bit of exercise, and the humans got some exercise too. It was about half and half, humans getting the exercise while the dogs just had a nice cool treat day. And yeah, it was pretty fun. So it was a good day. So, but we're exhausted. So tonight, that's all we're going to do is open up cards, because that's just what we're going to do on an easy Saturday night. And then after that, it's probably going to watch some television and crash and probably snore. More me snoring, but it's neither here nor there. As always, ! Donate. Just yell donate in the chat. You can make sure you give that cup of coffee to the Humane Society of America. If you're hanging out on the island, you can also trade your seashells. Get seashells for hanging out, so make sure you gamble those seashells every once in a while. And I lost another 200, but since I'm the house, I have plenty of seashells for myself. So, if time allows, after opening up this stuff, I have a... So I bought the Secret Lair Commander deck a little while ago. Keep it in frame. Angels, they're just like us, but cooler and with wings. So I bought the deck. It was opened, but I haven't done anything with it yet. It is as is pre-con. I sold a lot of my old cards because just needed to reduce volume over, playing a game for 30-something years. And I could have had more if it weren't for previous life's happenings, but I just can't be accused of being a hoarder. So I sold a bunch. But what I did keep, I've gone through and pulled a bunch of just random angels out that might be useful in a mono white angel deck, except for Kalia. Kalia obviously is not mono white. But we'll look at the deck and see if it's worth just... there's the thing about Kalia is in Commander Identity, even though it is white, black, red, there's nothing saying that I have to have red or black in the deck. She could still be the commander and just be mono white angels. And technically, if I wanted to, I could make it modular. Just have angels and demons and do whatever I wanted. So we're trying out a restream feature tonight, as I have seen other people say that Twitch allows. So I am technically Also streaming on my YouTubes. Haven't really created any videos for that, and I have a couple packs in the park. I do a lot of like YouTube shorts that we, Lovey and I, and our amazing adventures, occasionally like to take a little pack of cards and crack it open where we're at and just share the beauty that is this where we live, and just sharing our travels. And so I have some YouTube shorts on there. But so first things first, let's bust open some packs, shall we? Again, this is Isle Hanu. I am your host, Casual Thurston, and tonight's episode is brought to you by Variable Reward, and just just something I've been doing for 30-something years, almost 30 years. So let's do the Dominaria Remastered first, shall we? Let's come over here. Let's see what we got. It's a draft booster. The local shop off the island didn't have set boosters, so we got draft. So let's see what we got in this draft booster. All right. Just some commons. We don't care about the commons. The funny thing about Street Wraith, is, let me move this back and put it in my face a little bit more. There we go. The funny thing about Street Wraith is that before this got reprinted, it was in my not a standard. It wasn't standard. It was I guess you call it legacy. It was a legacy deck that was meant to win on turn one. It was a bunch of 0 casting cost, instant stuff, cards. I think it was Charbelcher. I think it was like a first turn Charbelcher deck, if I recall correctly. That was in there. Elvish Aberration, Undying Rage. Let's get through these commons here, shall we? All right, first uncommon we got Gem Palm Incinerator. Different art from Onslaught. Was it Onslaught? When you cycle it, deal X damage to target creature, where X is the number of goblins on the battlefield. I might have, I'm going to resist the urge on putting my glasses on. We'll just say that. So, Elvish Spirit Guide is another card that was in that deck. You could just exile it to add green mana, right? So this and the apes. There was that red ape that you could discard or exile for red mana. So. Mesa Enchantress, 3 mana. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, I may draw a card. So a lot of these cards, I have like 55. This will make 56. 56 commander decks, I think. And so the idea was to, of the cards I wanted to keep, put them into decks and sell the rest. So all I'd be left with, let's just say, would be just my commander decks. If a new set comes out, I wouldn't, since I'm not buying a lot of cards anymore, or as much as I used to, I'd buy a little bit, keep ones that go into the decks I want to play. I call them, like I was jokingly calling my S tier decks, but there was 4. I only had 4 that stayed in that group. I put it up to 7, I think. So basically every set that comes out, I'll just look for cards that'll fit in those 7 or so decks and keep the rest or sell them, trade them, do whatever. And one of them is Light Paws. I think Light Paws is over here somewhere. Let's find out. That's Bruiner. Katie Bree. So basically I kept the companions. You know, there's the R.A. Salvatore books I've been reading for a really long time. So they got their own magic cards. Not all of them. There's no Regis. But they have their own decks. Drist and Katie Bree don't have their own. Drist is inside Katie Bree's deck, so because that was a good place for him, and I didn't want to have a separate deck. He was too close to her abilities. But you know, Light Paul. Pretty much, you know, it's a 2/2 for 2. Anytime you cast an enchantment, or anytime an aura enters the battlefield under my control, if I cast it, I may search my library for an aura card equal to or less than its value and put it on to Light Pauls. So the point of the deck is to a lot of imprisonment control spells. And so when I cast those onto anybody, I technically get a free aura and put it onto Light Pauls. So Mesa Enchantress. Card draw in white is really good. So we're going to try to find a home for Mesa Enchantress in that deck if she isn't already in there. Glory. It's an incarnation. So 5 to cast, 3/3 flying, 3 mana activate, choose a color, creatures you control gain pro of that color. Activate if Glory is in my graveyard. Oh. Old border counter spell. Island and a token. We're going to experiment with something. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Whoop. Also, it could just be my eyes. Counter target spell. That looks a little better. Let's try that, shall we? I don't like autofocus. I don't like the whole little bouncy in and out that autofocus does. So, counter target spell. Let's see if it actually does any better. Don't make fun of me. I've been sick for 3 years and my eyes are getting worse. Past few months have been getting slightly worse. Let's see. No. Card looks better. Definitely doesn't look better on the screen. So, anyways. Let's do something. There we go. We're going to laugh at myself, right? So there's Counterspell, Island, and a token. All right. Let's see. Let's do Wilds of Eldraine next. That's good. And I haven't gotten any of them yet. Ashiok. They, them. I haven't gotten one of their cards yet, so that'd be cool. Because, you know, Ashiok likes to mill. And besides the very first deck I ever made, the second one, maybe third, was milling. First, I guess, was technically green-red, and then white. Yep, green-red, then white weenie, and then mill. Once I got a millstone and had to learn what milling was, that was just like, oh my god. Oh, I finally got one of these, so that's kind of cool. I would see these referenced on cards, but I haven't had one before, so that's kind of cool. Let's do this a little bit. So it's Wicked, token enchantment. Enchant creature, enchanted creature gets 1/1, and when this aura is in your graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. I like anything that hurts all of my opponents. And then we got Cursed. Enchant creature, enchanted creature, has base power and toughness 1/1. That's cool. Provisions Merchant. 4 mana for a 3/3. You create a food token when ETBs. Whenever he attacks, a sack of food. If you do, attacking creatures get 1/1 gain trample. Oh, that's pretty good. I bet you, since he's green, will probably fit well in the Lord of the Rings food, the Hobbit deck. I bet you I bet you that has green in it, so probably be pretty good in there. Oh, Leyline of the Void. Look at that pretty boy. If it's in your opening hand, begin the game with it on the battlefield. If a card would be put into the opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. It's a good, never had this Leyline, so that'll be a nice little sideboard card too. If you did any formats that had sideboarding. It's a nice find. Is it worth a victory? I don't know. It might be worth a victory, fanfare. Pretty good card. Alright. Likeness Looter. Fairy Shapeshifter. 1/1 for 2, flying, tap, draw a card, then discard a card. I hate that. It always puts me off because I'm never one to keep a lot of cards in my hand anymore, right? You know, like back in Control competitive days, it might just keep cards in your hand all the time and this was fine, but I just don't play like that anymore, so. Another Fairy Dream Thief. I don't have a fairy themed deck, so Neva Stalked by Nightmares. She's a human noble, 2/2 for 4 with Menace. Menace is nice. When it ETBs, return target creature card or enchantment from the graveyard to your hand. Whenever an enchantment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on Neva and then scry. Okay, so that could be cool with this one if you. But you got a flasher. I mean, if you can bounce or maybe do something with the cursed. Bounce the cursed a bunch. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, there's a Tempting Apple for 4 mana, legendary artifact food. When it enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature until no turn. Untap that creature, gains haste. That's nice. 2 mana tap, sack, gain 3 life. 2 mana tap, sack, target opponent loses 3 life. Edge Wall In. TB's tapped. Choose a second color. No, choose a color. Add 1 mana of that chosen color. 3 mana sack. Return target card. That was an adventure. Okay. Tangle Span Lookout. So I do have an actual Enchantress deck. When an aura enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. So this would more than likely go in the Enchantress deck. Enchantress Transmuter is an adventure. Had an adventure deck shell, but I kind of, when I stopped making, I got tired of making decks because I don't play as often anymore. So it was kind of silly just keep making decks that I wasn't going to use. Spell table might be a little different, you know, with all the streamers playing. They might need people to play with. So, but I've got enough to choose from. I don't need to keep making decks. But an adventure deck was fun. I think it was Gorian was the commander from D&D, and I think a new one came out that was going to replace him. But you know, some more adventures. Tap target creature, create a cursed roll token attached to it. That's kind of cool. For 2. Nice. Another adventure. Bubble up for 3. A target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard top of your library. So pretty cool. I mean, the dual stream thing seems to be working okay. It's playing on both systems. So that's cool. Besotted Knight, another adventure. Sorry, not in frame. Create a roll token. Attach a target creature you control. We'll try something here. Alright, and an island. Basic island. And an art card. Alright. Let's see. Let's do another one, shall we? Don't want that in your ear just in case it made a slurping sound or some shit, so. Alright. March of the Machines Aftermath, Epilogue Booster. So they just crammed a bunch of story into one set, and then they tried to do micro set, and it's got some fun cards in it, but the cost per pack for the amount of cards that were in it needed to be lower, and it just wasn't worth after the few packs I got, because once you get like 5-6 copies of the same thing, just different art, it's no fun. So if it was cheaper per pack, I'm sure I would have bought more. I'm sure more people would have bought more, but business decisions, right? What are you going to do about it? So you got Blot Out, looks like. 3 mana, target opponent exiles a creature or planeswalker they control with the greatest mana value among creatures or planeswalkers they control. So Blot Out, exiling effect. I got a black-blue exile nightmare deck. It'd probably go good in that, because it gets bigger for whenever you exile things. So that'd be good for that one. If it isn't already in there, I don't know. But we're going to set it aside anyway. Bork. Undercity Upheaval. Looks like there's a little ink there. Distribute counters. Hey, Samut. Samut. 3 mana, 2/3, first strike, vigilance, haste. So good. I mean, just first strike, vigilance, and haste. That's really strong. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, if that creature entered the battlefield this turn, draw a card. So it's pretty good, actually. So, and it's a human warrior cleric. Just a first strike and vigilance. This is just good. 2/3 for 3. That's a lot of keywords for 3 mana. And just the draw effect. So might be good in Wolfgar, because Wolfgar likes to attack a lot. So, and it's going to go wide. So, I think the ability to draw more cards in Wolfgar would be a good thing. Dinosaur. It's always good to see dinosaurs, because I don't have enough for my dinosaur deck. And we got Ixalan coming up. Delirian Contempt. Alternate art. I think this is the card that the professor signed and sent out to people. Yeah, I think this is the card that the professor signed and sent out to people, so just different art and a token. All right, let's do the Doctor Who booster, shall we? It's collector booster, so everything. So what they did is you have the decks. So you have the Doctor Who decks, and the collector boosters are not separate from what's in the decks. You get alternate art, but everything that's in a collector booster mechanically will be in the decks. So if you don't buy the decks, you can still get them in the packs and vice versa. So you shouldn't feel left out. Like if you bought all the decks already, you technically got everything that could be in a collector booster. You just not all some of the fancy art stuff. So we will. My packs in the park, I'm converting to just doing collector boosters for that one, just because it's in value. Since I'm just doing one pack, I want it to be worth the time for you to watch. And a collector booster is about the only thing that's worth watching. Definitely not draft, which is going away anyway. And set booster was okay. So we'll see what the new play boosters do, but just for value and engagement, a collector booster was probably the thing I should have started with in the first place, but I was trying to minimize the cost of that project because it has no return yet. So, but that's okay. This pack really didn't want to open very well, but that's okay. Got a shiny clue. It's raging. Which way does it go? Okay. Starting out with that foil island with the TARDIS on it. Look at that. Look at that bad boy. Looks great, right? All right, I have no idea. All right, we got the 8th Doctor. Looks like he's offering you a drink. 6 mana for a 4/4. When he ETBs, mill 3 cards. Once during each of your turns, you may play a historic land or cast a historic permanent spell from your graveyard. If you do, it gains if this permanent would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. Position, heal thyself, it says. So, I mean, I don't know if I'd play that as my normal commander. It's 6/4/4. Mill yourself. You play historic stuff out of the graveyard. Exiles anyway. Man, it seems okay. I don't really have anything themed that this could play in. And the colors, I don't know. I got a blue-white spirits and maybe nothing else. Nice little terramorphic expanse. I want to check something out. Okay. That's fine. Secondary stream quality looks kind of weird on YouTube's, but whatever. First time playing. We'll work on tech later. Terramorphic. Time Lord Regeneration. 1 blue. 'Tis an instant. Till end of turn, target Time Lord you control gains. When this creature dies, reveal cards from the top of your library. Until you reveal a Time Lord creature card, put that card into the battlefield and the rest of your... Oh, nice. That's pretty good. I like it. Like it. Let's set these to the side because I don't know enough about them. All of history all at once. That's a great name. 4 mana for sorcery. Time travel. Okay. Oh, it's a dual keyword card. For each suspended card you own and each permanent you control with a time counter on it, you may add or remove a time counter. That's pretty good. I have a deck that uses time counters for extra turns. I think there's a wand that it's like you remove 4 or 5 counters and you get an extra turn. So we can throw that in there. I think there's blue in it. Yeah, there's got to be blue in it for like the time walks and all that stuff. And then Storm. On the Storm scale, it is reprinted. So, but just here in this product. Whenever you cast a spell, copy it for each spell cast before its turn. 4 mana, so pretty good. Oh, Path of Ancestry, another land with some TARDIS on it. Okay. Visler Turlo, maybe. 4 mana for 2/5. Deal with the Black Guardian. Whenever he enters the battlefield, you may have an opponent gain control of it. If you do, it's goaded for as long as they control it. Okay. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card, then lose life equal to the number of cards in your hand. He's Doctor's Companion, so special rules for the Doctor's cards that you get to they get to be your companion. If you have a Time Lord Doctor as your commander, otherwise you can't have them else as a companion. So I think I saw Chaos Warp, good old Chaos Warp. The owner of target permanent shuffles it into the library. So good. Gets those little sneaky gets off the board. Pardon the Collar. Like I said, I was assaulted by those spacefaring Federation of Planet aliens when they visited the island the other week, trying to get their stolen tech back. I'm sorry. The tech that they left on the island that I confiscated from them for being trespassers. But... All right, the Moment. Let's see. 2 mana, legendary artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a time counter on the Moment. Okay. Timey-wimey stuff. 2 mana, tap, untap target creature you control. It phases out. Okay. That's pretty good. I like phasing if it's going to die. That's fun. 3 mana tap, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value less than or equal to the number of time counters on the moment, then sacrifice the moment. I like it. That would be a fun way to end the game, right? You just put this out, you start just phasing out all your peeps, and then when you're ready to swing wide, you just kill everything and get all your people back. So I like it. Wedding ring. I think it was from that vampire set, right? Where they were getting married. Enters the battlefield. It is cast. Target opponent creates a token. That's a copy of it. Whenever an opponent you control, an artifact named Wedding Ring, draws a card during your turn, I draw a card. Okay, so you draw and gain life. And whoever gets the other half. Pretty good. Missy. Oh, this is I don't know what the foiling effect is called, but it's got that. Alright, so 3 mana in Grixis. Time Lord Rogue, whenever another non-artifact creature dies, return it to the battlefield under your control, face down and tapped. It's a 2/2 Cyberman. Artifact creature. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent faces a villainous choice. Each artifact you control deals 1 damage to that opponent, and you draw a card and chaos ensues. So, I don't know what chaos ensues is in this set. I would guess it's something about the planes and plane chase, maybe? I don't know. I really liked the Cybermen from what I've seen in the set. So if I get any more Cybermen, I think they will go into decks or they get their own made because I really like their abilities. Temple of Plenty is that foiling treatment as well. Notice they're not bent here on the island. I kind of avoided foil cards because they would Pringle almost right away. And there's a slight, but it is far less than other things have Pringled on the island. So I think we're cool with it. Temple of Plenty enters the battlefield tapped. Scry. Good. Madame Vostra. Let's see. 4 mana for a 3/3. Lizard Detective. Partners with Jenny Flint. It's got that foiling. In the right angle, can't read it. Must be blocked if able. Whenever a creature dealt damage by this creature this turn dies, create a clue token and a food token. Oh, that's really good. I like tokens. I don't token decks. They're fun. All right. Well, looks like I got the alternate art for the 12th Doctor. The first spell you cast from anywhere other than your hand each turn has Demonstrate. Whenever you copy a spell, put a 1/1 counter on the 12th Doctor. Nice. Rose Tyler. Anime art. Okay. 2 mana. She's white. 2/2. Rose gets 1/1 for each time counter on it. Okay. Bad Wolf. Whenever Rose Tyler attacks, put a time counter on it for each suspended card you own, and each other permanent you control with a time counter on it. That'd be kind of fun. Time deck using Rose. Okay. And a copy. Copy of a copy of a copy. And a clue. Alright, that's a pretty good pack. That's pretty fun. So yeah, that was nice. Nice. Oh, that land goes over there. Let's flip those over. Let's do that. That aside. Put that there. All right. That's it for the packs. We'll be right back after this brief break to open up Doctor Who Commander Deck Paradox Power, the 12th and 13th Doctor. Be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Isle Hanu with your host, Casual Thurston. We've been opening up packs of magic cards. Got some good pulls out of that. The Doctor Who pack's really nice. It's really interesting. On the mainland, it's kind of sparse, and I appreciate that Lovey had picked up that pack for me. So she was out on her own adventures and thought a little old me, and she picked that pack up for me. And so I appreciate her for it and love her for it. So for totally not hating that I still play this game and do things with it. So so we have just one of the decks because I didn't want to buy all of them, even though I could have. And it was also the only one that was technically on the mainland. So, you know, when you don't have a choice, it's a really false choice, right? It's like either all or not. And I think I'm just to the point where to try to reduce how many cards I buy, I'll just buy the pre-made decks. If it's a theme that I don't already have made or actually want to do. So, but these are special. They're the Universes Beyond Magic decks. This is the Doctor Who one. I will admit to say I never really watched the Doctor Who stuff. Of British television, I watched Monty Python, not Doctor Who. So, more of a comedy person than sci-fi. I mean, whatever. Dabble here and there, but like the Star Treks, I didn't like the Next Generation. I watched that, but not so much the original and none of the other offshoots. But it's okay, Levy. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what we got here. Get out of there. Hello? Hello? Okay. We'll throw you on the floor. Oh, we got a little envelope here. Hello? That'd be a fun game thing. You know, in a D&D game or something like that, the DM has a handwritten note that hands to a player. It's a secret note to a player, and it's like this, like embossed with something, right? Or they seal it with wax. I mean, that's a cool envelope, black thing. But don't play D&D anymore on the island, so there it goes. We got the standard sample collector booster pack. That's pretty good. And looks like we got some planes to shift to chase each other around on. Sorry, I keep hitting the microphone with my collar. It's totally inappropriate, and I apologize if you hear it. All right. The child's Doctorhood barn. The Doctor's childhood barn is a plane, apparently, on Gallifrey. All I know is it blows up, right? Or they attack it. I hear that. There's some songs, some geek songs from Gen Con and other things that they sing about, but I don't know anything about it. Creatures enter the battlefield tapped. Okay. Whenever chaos ensues, I was right. For each opponent, choose up to 2 target non-land permanents that opponents controls. I have a complaint about this. The text is dark. Like the dark background of the chaos ensues is probably a little too dark for quality control reasons. WotC people, FYI. Untap those permanents. They phase out. They can't phase in for as long as the Doctor's childhood barn remains face up. Whenever a player planeswalks, those permanents phase in. So she might go with Missy. Stormcage Containment Facility. It's an unknown planet. Each creature in your graveyard has escaped. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. So you sacrifice 3 people so you can get out? Okay. Whenever chaos ensues, detain target creature and opponent controls. Next up, we have Earth, the Drum Mining Facility. Whenever you roll the planar die, creatures you control get 1/1 and gain haste. Whenever chaos ensues, end the turn. That's fun. The Singing Towers of Darillium. Sorry, I'm not in frame. Each non-land card in your hand without Foretell has Foretell. That's nice. Like Foretell from, man, I'm just totally spacing set names, but whatever. The Viking one. Fixed point in time phenomenon. Whenever you encounter fixed point in time until your next turn, if a player would planeswalk as a result of rolling the planar die, chaos ensues instead. Besieged village, Viking village. All creatures have boast. North Pole Research Base. Playing on Earth. If it, at the beginning of your upkeep, target opponent draws a card and creates a treasure token. Okay. Temple of Atropos. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, there's an additional beginning main phase after this phase. Huh. Very nice. Kerblam Warehouse. Kandoka. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. And then the dining car. It's a plain spacecraft. Okay. Whenever you planeswalk to the dining car, each player creates a food token. 66 seconds at the beginning of your upkeep. Sacrifice a creature with the least toughness among creatures you control, then investigate. So that's fun. Plane Chase is fun. Don't play it enough. But, whatever. Plane Chase. All right. collector booster. Let's see, any of these things that we want. We don't want tokens. We don't want those tokens. We don't need that thing. We will take the deck box, though. We will take the deck. Ta-da! So, plan or die. That is a fun die. It's a really fun die. Really fun die. I like it. Do we care about this? Hey, it's Smiley Face. Oh, it talks about the doctors. Okay. Deck. Oh, Lord. Deck box. All right. Let's bend those edges. Bend. All right. Let us see what's in our sample pack. Bam. Oh, makeover montage. Uh-oh. Dalek Emperor. Oh, affinity for Daleks. Wow, Dalek. Sorry. Other Daleks you control have haste. Oh, so good so far. It's pretty good so far. At the beginning of combat on your turn, each opponent faces a villainous choice. That player sacrifices a creature they control. Or you create a 3/3 black Dalek. Oh, I gotta make this deck. Oh, that hurts. This is like not themed, and I didn't get much out of that other pack. That makes me sad. Makes me sad. Alright. And Vine Glimmer Snarl. Oh, nice. Reveal a forest or island card from your hand. If you don't, it comes into play tapped. But if you do, it comes untapped. Yay! Ah. Really good. Black and red. It's black and red. Did I get any other? Did I get any other? But she makes Cybermen. Oh, I wanted to do both. Oh, Chaos Warp. Rogue. Oh, that makes me sad. Sad. Bless you. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, hi, Koku. Bo. I'm almost done, bud. Alright, here's the thick cardboard version. Let's make this pile a little thinner. Get rid of the basic lands and the tokens. Okay. 13th Doctor. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, put a 1/1 counter on it. Team TARDIS. At the beginning of your end step, untap each creature you control with a counter on it. It's pretty good. Oh, so it's a red, green, blue. Exile the top card of your library until your next end step. I may play it. Doctor's Companion. Okay. Danny Pink. He's a mentor. Creatures you can control, and whenever one or more counters are put on this creature for the first time each turn, draw a card. Nice. Osgood Operation Double. Okay, maybe I might get a Dalek. Dalek. I doubt it. Create a token. That's a copy of it, except it isn't legendary. That's great. Add colorless. Oh, paradox. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, investigate. Oh, nice. You get clue tokens. Cool. Twice Upon a Time is an adventure. Unlikely meeting for 3 mana. Doggo wants to come in. Search your library for a doctor card. Reveal it. Put it in your hand. Become the pilot. 5 mana. Enchanted creature gets 2/2 and can't be blocked unless it's attacking its owner or permanent. Quantum misalignment. Create a token. Rebound. Nardole, resourceful cyborg. Add blue for each counter on Nardole. Spend this mana to only cast non-creature spells. Flatline, creatures your opponents control, or 1/1 until 0/1 till end of turn. Bill Potts. Sure. Targets only bill or activate ability to targets only bill. Copy that spell or ability. You may choose new targets. Into the Time Vortex. Cascade Rebound. Another dual keyword card. That's fun. Dan Lewis. Very nice. Flaming Tyrannosaurus. Oh, he has Paradox. Whenever you cast, what's his Paradox? Nice. 3 damage to any target and a counter on him. Oh, and when he dies, oh, love it. Ryan Sinclair. Turn to the past. As long as it's your turn, each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. Pigging Flux. 3 mana Paradox. What's its Paradox? Deals X damage to each opponent and each creature they control, where X is 1 plus the number of spells you've cast from anywhere other than your hand this turn. Yay. Oh, and Force Hell. Nice. The Flux. Okay. It's a saga. It deals 4 damage to target creature an opponent controls, and then multiple times exile. Then add 6 red. Okay. The Sisterhood of Karn. I mean, it's funny because it's Karn, but it's not Magic's Karn. It's their Karn. But whatever. Graham O'Brien. Paradox. Food token. Carvanista. Loyal. Lupari. Alien Dog Soldier. It's a dog. I mean, it could go in the cat dog, technically. It might go in the cat dog. Let's see what it does. The 5/5 for 5. It's an adventure. Humans you control. Humans? Oh, vigilance, trample, haste. Oh, no. It won't go in the cat dog because it gives human stuff. Too bad. Must be blocked if able for a 6/6 for 4. Can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Okay. Whenever it deals damage, exile it face down, it becomes foretold. Oh, that's pretty funny. Fugitive of Judoon. Okay. There's River Song. You may draw cards from the bottom of your library rather than the top. It's fun. Oh, I can replace this one with the fancy one I got. Oh, and there's Ginny. Partner with the other one. First strike training. Whenever I cycle, sacrifice a food or clue, but one with counter. Okay. I might do them, but we'll see. Oh lord. Oh lord. Grenades. I'll let you in, bud. Be right back. Cookie really wanted to come in and say hi, so. But then he ran away, and now he's back again. I really think he just wants me to go to bed. Just a little bit, but we're almost through the deck. There's the 12th Doctor. His demonstrate, which we know. He's got a guitar. Fugitive Doctor. DBs investigates. Whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice a clue. Me, the Immortal. Okay. At the beginning of your combat of your turn, put your choice of a 1/1 counter, first strike, vigilance, or minutes counter on me, the Immortal. Counters remain on me as it moves to any zone. Oh, nice. Let's see. As a commander, 5 mana for 3. Basically, once you get first strike and vigilance and menace, you just keep pumping 1/1s on her. And they stay when she dies. I mean, it's pretty good. Frost Fair Lure Fish. So 7 for 7/7. And you get some fish and some tokens. Lunar Hatchling. Heaven Sent, investigate twice. Heaven Sent deals 1 damage to each opponent. Then if an opponent has 0 or less life, draw 7 cards. Otherwise, exile Heaven Sent. You may cast it this turn. Stupid Diablo. Stop doing security checks. So you investigate twice. It deals 1 damage to everybody. Then if they don't die, you get it back to investigate twice. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. The back of this card feels weird. I've touched a lot of Magic cards. Texture's off. Yeah, the back texture's a little off. That's a little irritating. I mean, it wouldn't be fair to touch the back of this Crusade. I mean, look how old it is. It's rougher. All right, whatever. I digress. River Song Diary does shit. Confession Dial does some more stuff. Surveil 3. Clara Oswald, colorless 6 mana for 2/6. Impossible Girl. Chaos Warp, yay. Cursed Mirror, yay. Carpet of Flowers, nice. And some lands. Okay. Gallifrey Council Chamber, huh? Alright, so Gallifrey Council Chamber enters the battlefield. Surveil 1, nice. Tap for add colorless. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana on and cast a Time Lord or Alien spell or activate the ability of a Time Lord or Alien. Okay. Psychic Paper, huh? Alright, hey, it's the TARDIS. And the Sonic Screwdriver. Add 1 mana of any color. It's a 3 mana rock. 1 mana untap target another target artifact. 2 mana scry. 3 mana target creature can't block this turn. That's pretty good. Start the TARDIS. Surveil 2, then draw a card. You may planeswalk and jumpstart. Cool. Surge of Brilliance. Paradox Foretell. 2 mana instant. Iraxa, Empress of Mars. It's Battle Cry and Paradox. Memory Worm. Alien Worm. Ugh. Decaying Time Loop. Sounds like the Loki episode. Discard all cards from your hand, then draw that many cards. The Jarian Witness. Flash, Bear Witness, 0422. Truth or Consequences, huh? Secret Council card. Bigger on the inside, 5 mana, and enchant artifact or land. Enchanted permanent has target player adds 2 mana. Okay, that's nice. Oh, and then get Cascade. Very nice. Where I can rebuild. Hey, Arcane Signet, Soul Ring. Look at that Soul Ring. Eye of Harmony. Exploding Star in the act of becoming a black hole. Time Lord Engineering. Little nice Ponder reprint. Think twice. Draw a card flashback. Reordain. Throes of Chaos. Cascade Retrace. Cultivate. Farseek. Search for Tomorrow. Beast Within. Removal. Growth Spiral. Some nice reprints. Talisman of Curiosity. Cool. Talisman of Impulse. Rogue's Passage. Frontier Bouviac. Reliquary Tower. Nice. Reliquary, sorry. Myriad Landscape. Temple of the False God. Interesting. It's in here. Path of Ancestors. Oh, Lord. And then Ominous Sense. Alright, so that's pretty fun. Anyways, that will be it for tonight's episode of Casual Thurston Presents. Who is me? And I brought you magic cards. So I appreciate you hanging out tonight on this Saturday. It was a long day. And I think that's all we're going to do. So I want you to have the good rest of your Saturday night.
Let me tell you.